this season, a lot of people have questions about how do you start something? You have, spinach, for instance, or tomatoes. What is that process for starting it? And the best answer is to look on the back of the seed packet you get, or the seed catalog, or the website has a lot of information of the best way to start it. They're going to provide, best practice information. There is some, room to play around with that. If something says direct seeded, you might actually be able to transplant it instead of direct seeded. So talk to people, talk to other growers, find out what the best method might be for that crop. Spinach, for instance, you can definitely direct seed this, but you also, in the fall, you could transplant it. You could start it in these plug trays, and then it would buy you some time in this sort of densely planted space before it has to go in the ground, especially if there's something like tomatoes in the way. So you have a lot of options of how you can organize the timing and the space of your transplants versus your direct seeded crops. And the best way, again, to find that information is to look on the packet, go to your websites, your catalogs, talk to other farmers, other friends. So one of the issues with any seed starting is light, whether you have artificial light or natural lighting. Most of the times, growers, especially if you're limited on space, you will use artificial lighting in your home, for instance, in a closet, in a kitchen, and these will be grow lights. They're specifically designed to give the right light conditions for plants that are growing, and it'll be in a very sort of, it could be in a rack system, a very enclosed space. That way you are able to start stuff in the warmth of your home before it actually gets outside. But that light, is artificial. It might have electricity costs. It can be hard to manage it in your home. So that's why if you have a greenhouse, a dedicated space, it's much better for the health of the plant to be in this natural lighting. And light is always going to be a limiting factor with any of your plant health. If we look at these flats here, you can see this is very, very densely planted. Everything is competing for that light. So you have this issue called legginess. And that means that everything's growing as fast and as tall as it can to be able to reach the light. If you spread things out more, they all will have more available light. They don't need to compete so much, and they'll have sort of a stouter growth pattern. For instance, if you had one transplant in this much space, look how much it would have available. And again, the healthier the plant going into the ground, the healthier the production that you'll have throughout the season.